Hello and welcome, my name is Viktor, and I'm really excited to bring you this new video from the Nordic Takedown. Today, I'm going to get to show you the official, unofficial Nordic Takedown Nordic Star Wars Unlimited player rankings. Rolls right off the tongue, that one, doesn't it? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We, the Nordic Takedown, has been bringing you our weekly podcast every Thursday for a whole year now. Well, I haven't. Jason and Adam released the first episode a year ago, the 7th of March. Then, in the beginning of the summer, Jonah joined in and made the podcast Nordic in more than name. Then, by the end of the summer, they all rode down to Malmö and they caught this weird infection, me, from Uppsala. Ever since, we've been the Four Horsemen of Star Wars. The Four Horsemen? We really want to go with the Four Stooges, the Four Musketeers. I don't know. They really were four. Read the book. We are four people that bring you... We're quite a lot of people lately, but we bring you a lot of content. All these live streams from the best tournaments all over Nordic countries. And also, we have this Discord where you can hang out with tons of people who really love to talk about the game, have such a great community. That's what the Nordic Takedown is. Come join us. We're 1 year in the making, but we mean to go so many more years. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. The official, unofficial Nordic Takedown Nordic Star Wars Unlimited player rankings. Well, what is that then? Well, we at the Nordic Takedown have decided to start tracking the performance of all of our Nordic fellow players. It's not going to be a super serious thing or anything. We don't want to destroy the casual feeling where you just get together and play. That's not what we're about. We are going to take all those competitions and tournaments that are already competitive in nature, and then we're going to track those and award points to the Nordic players that compete in them. And then we're going to tally those points and see who's performing the best for each set, as well as keeping track of a legacy format, like a complete track from the release of how everyone's been doing. So why are we doing that? Well, obviously, we want to cover the meta in these countries as well as we possibly can. But the meta isn't just the cards. The meta is more than anything, the people. We want to shine a light at all the people that come to all these events and play together and have fun. So there's no store showdowns being tallied up in these points. There's only the PQs and above level of the FFG sanctioned events, and also other kinds of tournaments that have a competitive nature. Small as well as large tournaments. So we have devised and tested out a formula of how to give these points. It's based on how well you did in the tournament and the size of the tournament. The bigger the tournament, the more points you get. I probably shouldn't bore you with the mathematics of this. Who am I kidding? I'm a math teacher. Of course I'm going to bore you with the details of this. So we have a couple of factors. So the first factor is going to be the number of players divided by 20 to the power of 1.005. This factor is going to scale exponentially for the number of players. So it's going to give us a smaller difference between sizes of tournaments that are close together, where it's going to give a huge difference for sizes of tournaments that are further apart. We also want the position you finally end up to have such exponential power as well. But here we're going with the base of 2 and putting it to the inverse of the player result. So that will also give you a very large portion of the points given out from a tournament if you're finishing it in the first spot. As you can see in the formula, we're looking at the top 8 mostly, but we're only going to give points to number 1 and 2 for really small tournaments. And mid-sized tournaments, we're going to give with points for whatever the size of the cut should have been if there would have been a cut. Now that's the formula, and it works to in our testing has been really satisfactory for number of players up till 128. With the really large tournaments that we are expecting to come up soon, we probably need to have another formula, because this is just going to go bananas with sizes of thousands of players. But we're going to use this formula for any tournament up to 128 players. Since the release of the game, we have tracked a total number of 12 tournaments. For set 3, we tracked 6 tournaments. Everything kicked off with Kevin winning the second Cantina Brawl back in November.
Yes, I bet you have.
Set 3 also saw a showcase tournament in Roskilde, as well as 4 PQs, one for each country. Now, how did you all do then? Well, Kevin had that commanding lead in the beginning, but it didn't end up that way. For set 3, at number 5, we have our own Jona Niklas Björksvik-Wiesek. He has not actually won any big competition, but he has been doing very well and positioning himself in top cuts over and over again, scoring a lot of points. The same said for Piotr Bortkun, also known as Fortep online. He has not won any major tournament, but he has consistently scored in the top cut and even made a couple of finals throughout set 3. At number 3, we have an actual winner. Niklas Lindroth took home the Copenhagen PQ for this set, and that scored him enough points, together with a couple of good positions in other tournaments, to make number 3 and get the bronze medal for set 3. At the finish line, when we just had one PQ left, Kevin Kunisvara, who had been consistently making top cuts for almost every tournament and had been scoring points by winning or doing well in all of the tournaments we'd tracked so far. He was leading, but then he decided not to go to Oslo, and therefore he only gets the silver for this set, coming in at position number 2, being beat by only a couple of 100 points by Adam Landsberg, I'm So Humble, who has been winning in the end of the set 2 PQs, getting past Kevin Kunisvara in Stockholm and then winning the Oslo PQ where Kevin wasn't even present, scoring enough points in Oslo to actually surpass Kevin and take the gold medal for set 3. So our top 5 is Jona Niklas, Piotr, Niklas, Kevin and Adam. Congratulations. Well, now let's try to finish this video up before lunch and have us rattle off all of the competitors that have scored points and made the top 10 of the all-time since release format of this list. So at number 10 we have Tobias Lind scoring 431 points. Tied for number 2 is me and Steve-O at 445 points, just beating Tobias for that spot. Then there's a little bit of a leap to number 8, where we have Piotr Bortkun, also known as Fortep, at 590 points. At number 7, we have Jona Niklas Björksvik-Wiesek, scoring 708 points, just barely missing out on the 6th position to Henrik Andersson, Hutspace Forever, at 725 points. Niklas Lindroth makes number 5 at 856 points. And then we have the eternal number 2, Morten Pedersen, coming in at 973 points for the 4th position, just missing out on the podium. On the podium, we have at the bronze position, Adam Lindahl, Gamami, at 1130 points. On the top 2 positions are the same as we saw for the set 3 meta. Kevin Kunisvara has scored 1479 points and lost this position just barely to Adam Landsberg, I'm So Humble, who has scored a complete number of 1940 points. Just moving into the Second World War there. Well, that's it for this time. Such a video as this one can be expected at the end of every set. We will bring you the set as well as the eternal format, just to let you know where you stand. For now, may the force be with you.